Huge alert. Was XRP a threat to the changing world order? Is that why the SEC went after Ripple around XRP being a security? One of the most well-run crypto companies in the ecosystem, and I believe one of the big three that's going to survive. In today's video, I'm going to break down another perspective on this, Ray Dalio's changing world order. And was XRP a threat to this big changing world order that's happening right now before our eyes? We're going to break that down today. My name is Coach JV. What I work to do is make very complex macro and microeconomic strategies very simple so the normal everyday person can implement them. If you need support understanding how I ensure my wealth, I pull from high risk, high return like cryptocurrency. I don't play games with my money. I pull 50% in the bull run. I bring my profits down and I ensure my family and my wealth. So if you want to learn how to ensure your wealth, click the description down below, set up a free consultation, or click my social media platform to set up a free consultation with my licensed insurance team. On the back end of every video, I break down exactly what I'm doing from my paradigm. I want to make it very clear, my 3T Warrior Academy is completely separate from my insurance company. All right, so let's dive right into this. So I've showed you guys this so many times in nauseam, and I want to make sure that you understand this. If you have not gotten Ray Dalio's book, The Changing World Order, I highly recommend it. The Big Debt Crisis, I highly recommend it. This will give you the ability to take a deep breath, but you got to understand there's a massive change coming. It's hard to see it when you're in it until it happens, but there's a massive change coming. So I pulled myself to a 30,000 foot overview. I've methodically understood this chart right here. So we got 9 through 18. We're experiencing large debts, printing of money, internal conflict, loss of reserve currency, weak leadership, and civil war and revolution. We are heading into a brand new monetary system, a switch in the changing world order. So what I want to do is I want to show you from Ray Dalio's YouTube channel, Principles by Ray Dalio. Highly recommend you follow it. I want you to listen to what he explains about the decline and listen to the exact, or think about connecting the dots, the exact things that we're going through right now. And I think that's why the SEC went after Ripple. Think about that for just a moment. XRP and the company Ripple is disruptive technology. It can change the whole financial system. Now, I'm not saying XRP is going to run the whole financial system, as David Schwartz says. It's going to be part of the ecosystem, just like many other cryptocurrencies. But guys, the switch is here. The new monetary system is here. So let's listen to Ray Dalio's deep explanation of this. Now, he studied back 500 years to look at cycles. You are part of history right now. So check this out.
The decline. The decline comes from internal economic weakness together with internal fighting or costly external fighting or both.
So we have both right now. We have internal fighting and external threat of World War III.
Typically, the decline comes gradually and then very suddenly. When debts become very large and there is an economic downturn and the empire can no longer borrow the money necessary to repay its debts, the financial bubble bursts. This creates great domestic hardships and forces the country to choose between defaulting on its debts or printing a lot of new money. It always chooses to print a lot of new money.
From 2020 to 2022, they printed more money than in history.
At first, gradually, and eventually massively. That devalues the currency and raises inflation.
It's what we're experiencing right now, a 19% cumulative inflation. So I've been bringing this up since 2020, but now we're living this reality. So from 2020, my prediction is now true. We're at 19% cumulative inflation.
The Dutch, this was the financial crisis brought about by financial excesses and paying for the Fourth Anglo-Dutch War. Similarly, for the British, it was paying for its financial excesses and its debts from the two world wars. And for the U.S., it's been 3 cycles of debt finance booms and busts since the 90s, with the central bank stepping in each time with stronger measures. When the government has problems funding itself, when there are bad economic conditions, and living standards for most people are declining, and there are large wealth, values, and political gaps, internal conflict between the rich and the poor, as well as...
So what is happening right now? The Met Gala. People on TikTok are literally, you saw a couple weeks ago that people were going to, the rich are pushing it in our face and the people are going against them. The left and right, you're seeing what's happening on college campuses.
different ethnic, religious, and racial groups greatly increases. This leads to political extremism that shows up as populism of the left or the right. Those of the left seek to redistribute the wealth, while those of the right seek to maintain the wealth in the hands of the rich. Typically, during such times, taxes on the rich rise, and when the rich fear their wealth and well-being will be taken away, they move to places, assets, and currencies they feel safer in.
Boom. The advent of the Bitcoin ETF, the largest asset manager in the world. It's a flight to quality, a flight to safety, as Kathy Wood says.
These outflows reduce the empire's tax revenue, which leads to a classic, self-reinforcing, hollowing out process. When the flight of wealth gets bad enough,
Listen.
governments outlaw it. Those seeking to get out begin to panic. These turbulent conditions undermine productivity.
So right now they're trying to ban cryptocurrency. They're trying to shut down cryptocurrency in America. The left is trying to shut down cryptocurrency. This is so accurate. It's unbelievable. That's why I have an exit plan during the bull run, just in case. I'm holding 50% long term, but I'm telling you guys, crypto, blockchain, tokenized assets are here to stay, but we have to manage through this wave of energy, this capitulation up and down. It's going to get volatile, guys.
Which shrinks the economic pie and causes more conflict about how to divide the shrinking resources. Populist leaders emerge from both sides and pledge to take control and bring about order. That's when democracy is most challenged because it fails to control the anarchy, and it is when the move to a strong populist leader who will bring order to the chaos is most likely. As conflict within the country escalates, it leads to some form of revolution or civil war to redistribute wealth and force the necessary big changes. This can be peaceful and maintain the existing order, but it's more often violent and changes the order. For example, the Roosevelt Revolution.
Okay, so I'll let you go watch the rest yourself. So I want you to think about what's happening in America and what we're arguing about, guys. The left and right, we're going against each other, right? The SEC is going after Ripple, one of the most innovative companies. It's a disruptive technology. The right is going after the SEC. The separation in college campuses. The middle class is 150,000 to 160,000 K per year just to be middle class now. Consumer credit is maxed. American savings are drained. A cumulative inflation of almost 19%. You took a 19% pay cut since 2020 without doing anything, and you're just as productive. So I'm only telling you with my paradigm what I did. In 2020, I got into cryptocurrency. It's very speculative, extremely speculative. I developed a diversification strategy outside of cryptocurrency to include insurance, businesses, precious metals. Now we're heading into real estate and self-development. So what I do is I love the risk pyramid. If you go up the left side of the risk pyramid, super high risk, high return, right? The higher the risk, the higher the return. So I'm holding 50% of my portfolio long-term crypto and the ones I believe in, and I'm exiting 50% from 2024 to 2026. I'm max funding my index universal life policies. I'll put more money into my businesses to increase cash flow. I'm going to be getting into more real estate, more precious metals, specifically silver. I use Bitcoin as my gold. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I make sure I'm diversified across different platforms, diversified in asset classes. And then on top of that, I have a trust set up to protect my family for legacies to come. The unfortunate thing is most people are not going to take the time to understand what's happening until it's too late. They're fighting a battle, an invisible enemy that's always been here. The cycle has happened over and over again. And the money ends up in the same 1%'s hands every single time. But there's advent of the internet, research, technology, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, where we can do our own research now, make our own decisions and take sovereignty of our wealth. So the key is to develop a plan, develop financial literacy, financial discipline, learn how to earn, and then learn how to multiply that money. Richest man in Babylon. So here's a tool that I use, Merlin, the smartest way to track your crypto, co-founder and creator. It's an interface where you can see all your exchanges in one place and you can set up an exit plan, okay? Down below, you can get 30 days for free. We have customer service to help you understand what an exit plan is so you get alerts so that you don't get, remember, the exchanges are getting liquidated when everybody comes rushing in, when it's going at all-time highs, everybody's trying to get rich, they're getting liquidated. So they have technical issues. I've already pulled 2 to 3 times on the way up. I always ladder out on the way up and I dollar cost average in. Okay. It's not, there's not some esoteric, big, crazy strategy you have to do. You just have to be calm. You have to be patient. I like to do the opposite of everybody else. So everybody's celebrating, I'm selling. As everybody's panicking, I'm buying. And then as the wave of energy comes, I pull profits, I pull it down, I secure it into things that I think will be here for the long term. I'm doing the best I can to with the information I have. And then I chill out. I relax. I build my relationship with God and I follow the life of Jesus Christ. I love you with all my heart. I love God with all my heart. I treat others as I want to be treated. I pull the log out of my eye before I pull the straw out of others. And I'm present, man. I mean, the macro that's happening right now, I'm controlling my macro, which has changed my reality over the past couple of years. You know, another president coming back isn't going to change my activities, my behaviors, my discipline, my consistency, my text messages, the things that I do. It's my behaviors, my actions done for a long enough period of time. Do I think we need change? Absolutely, we need change. We always need change. We all need to get better. We all need to get our shit together. So I hope this information reaches you well. In the description down below, and make it very clear, my insurance company is completely separate from my 3T Warrior Academy. Down below, you can join our Warrior Academy, where you can be around other like-minded individuals so you don't feel alienated or alone. Support system, education. Then we have our insurance company, which is completely separate, which is to help you understand how we insure our wealth, our family, for legacies to come. And that's in the description video or my social media platform. I love you guys. I appreciate you. As we always say, Warriors, rise, get your shit together. Let's go.